Canvassing of votes cast in yesterday's plebiscite in Maguindanao begins this morning. Authorities rescued dozens of foreign nationals from an illegal POGO company in Pampanga. And the Philippines and France agreed to further strengthen bilateral relations. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know to jumpstart your day. I'm Riza Diaz. Accusations of double voting and improper dissemination of information plagued the Maguindanao plebiscite as residents voted on whether to split their province into two on Saturday. The details in this report by Mon Gualvez.
Even before 7 a.m., voters flocked to Campo 4 Elementary School in Dato Abdullah Sangki, Maguindanao on Saturday. Some were even being brought by trucks. Inside the classrooms, each voter status was verified, then yes, no, Y or N votes were manually cast. Our news team noticed some voters being briefed on the voting procedure.
Tinutulungan ko po yung mga kapwa ko po IP sir na hindi po marunong magsulat or magbasa. Yun. So, bali, ina-assist ko po sila kasi parang nakikita ko nahihirapan sila.
Accusations also sprung that some may have voted double, but COMELEC Chairman George Garcia said that's impossible.
Mandatory po kasi nalalagyan ng indelible ink. So, doon pa lamang po, kahit ang pangalan niya na andyan, hindi siya pabobotohin ng ating electoral board member kasi may indelible ink.
All proceeds were able to follow the 7 a.m. opening schedule except for the town of Talayan, which encountered logistical problems. Come noontime, more than half of the registered voters have turned up in both Districts 1 and 2. By 3 p.m., voting was closed. The COMELEC clarified that after the Provincial Board of Canvassers convened, it was immediately suspended and will officially start on Sunday morning. This is to streamline the counting and prevent delays or suspensions in hearings as they wait for the certificates of canvass to trickle down from all the 36 towns across the province. But watchers are still allowed to monitor in the capital to ensure transparency in the process.
Pwede po kayo magbantay, lalo na po yung mga watchers, samahan niyo po yung ating mga guro para makita niyo kung gaano ka-transparent yung ating proseso.
The plebiscite will determine if Republic Act No. 11550, which splits the province into two, will be ratified. The COMELEC said it estimates a record high of over 70% voter turnout. That's why officials slammed claims they had lapses on information dissemination.
Ako po naniniwala na sapat naman yung ating voters education na ginawa at tumulong dyan ang ating mga LGU, ang iba't ibang munisipalidad, lalong-lalo ng provincial government.
Maguindanao Governor Bay Mariam Sangki Mangudadato expressed confidence yes votes will win.
Ito ay magtutulong-tulungan pa rin. Dahil nasimulan na natin ito noong 2019-2022 with regards to development, with regards kung paano natin magiging progresibo ang lalawigan ng Maguindanao.
For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
President Bongbong Marcos and his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron have agreed to strengthen bilateral ties. During their 20-minute phone call, Macron reiterated France's commitment to the Indo-Pacific region and adherence to international maritime law. Recall that the European state has been supporting the country in asserting its 2016 victory against China in the West Philippine Sea dispute. The president also tackled several global issues, including food security, low-carbon energy, and defense. Now, this year marks the 75th year of Filipino-French diplomatic relations. Attorney Vic Rodriguez has stepped down from his post as executive secretary. Rodriguez said being an executive secretary entails a 24/7 duty, something which he cannot do as his family needs him. However, he added that he will continue serving in the government as a presidential chief of staff. Malacanang said the post was created by Administrative Order No. 1 signed by President Bongbong Marcos. Recall that Rodriguez has been under fire for several weeks over his alleged involvement in the sugar importation fiasco. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Over 1 billion pesos has been distributed under the government's educational ayuda program. Chasey Cosco with a report.
Uwi na po kayo para magpahinga po kayo. Wala pong ano ngayon.
Hindi na masaya.
This was the scene at the Social Welfare Department's central office in Quezon City. Security guards asked people who tried to claim the educational ayuda to go home as there was no scheduled payout on Saturday. Some of them tried to walk in, despite earlier reminders that they will not be accommodated. Fe, for instance, registered online last month but has yet to receive a text confirmation.
Nakakainip. Hindi namin siguraduhin kung talagang magkakaroon yung mga anak ko. Baka mamaya wala na talaga, sa isang taon na lang.
Over in Navotas City, 69-year-old Priscilla still went to the payout center despite experiencing difficulty in walking. She received 2,000 for her grandchildren.
Ihapon po. Kailangan ko po yun. Kailangan ko po yun. Ano po yung mga ng apo ko. Mga pangangailangan sa school.
4,000 pesos meanwhile was handed out to Elizabeth. She tried to apply her other child but failed as online applications have already been closed since September 10.
Okay lang naman yun. Basta nakakuha na kami. Blessing na rin yun. Hindi naman ako naghahangad ng malaki.
As of September 17, the DSWD has exceeded its 400,000 target beneficiaries for the educational ayuda. Disbursed amounts have reached over 1 billion pesos, with mostly college and elementary students receiving the aid. With almost 500 billion pesos yet to be disbursed, the DSWD said payouts may be extended beyond September 24, the last day supposedly of the payout.
Pinag-aaralan din po talaga ni Secretary dahil nga sa dami po ng aplikante, baka magkaroon po ng one time big time na payout kahit yun na lang po yung ating exit.
But the agency maintained that online applications for the cash assistance will not be opened anymore. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
At least 44 nationals working for an illegal POGO company in Angeles, Pampanga have been rescued. This was a result of cooperation among several government agencies in an effort to halt POGO-related human trafficking and kidnapping. One human resource development officer was nabbed in the operations. Interior Secretary Benjamin Abalos said authorities are now looking for those involved in the company's operations. The rescued workers, meanwhile, were turned over to the Bureau of Immigration. Cosmetic prices in the United States rose in August by almost 16, or the most rather, in almost 16 years. Now, this is amid the return of on-site work and social functions. More details in this video.
Makeup is getting more expensive, and it's kind of our fault. According to the latest Consumer Price Index, U.S. cosmetics prices rose in August by the most in almost 16 years. That may be because of increased demand as people return to work and social events after 2+ years in the depths of the pandemic. Bloomberg's consumer behavior expert Olivia Rockman has the numbers for us. Olivia, just how much did these costs go up?
Cosmetics prices just between July and August rose 2.3%, and that was the biggest increase since 2006. And then from a year earlier, the prices were up the most since 2009. And so we're looking at the fastest increases in 15 or more years.
Are there other factors at play here, like the global supply chain, supply and demand?
Largely it's because of demand. We're back in offices, back at restaurants. Men and women alike are wanting to look their best. And so as they spend more on these products, the brands can charge more.
Well, considering how much one trip to Sephora costs me, I might have to start rethinking my makeup budget.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.